Love you, Ada. '26 is the year. '26 is the year that it changes. There was once a light that was on for so long that it that it outgrew. It just wasn't useful anymore. This light that stayed on in this room. Persons walked into the room, persons walked out of the room. Persons made use of the room and moved on. The light stayed on. A lot of years went by. The light was on in the room. Nobody used it. soon this room was just forgotten about. The light on. Years, decades, then eons. Gonna jump straight to eons. The light's on. Maybe it's a cave. The light is on in there. That's why nobody remembered. Because nobody lives in caves anymore. Then one day, civilization learned how to fly. And somebody noticed a light on. It's like in the middle of the mountain. But you can't land on a mountain. So he flew back, landed, told people, hey, there's a light on in a cave in a mountain. The light is on. That's the weird thing. It's a light. There's a light in there. How is that happening? And halfway up a mountain, there's a light, and it's on. Well, it's probably not believable by way of how you describe there's a light on in the cave. Because maybe it's not interesting or something. And if there's a light on in a cave, then someone might immediately think, well, I have to go up there and see the light. Maybe I've got stuff to do today, so I'm not going to go climbing a mountain and just to go look at this light that's on, but thanks for telling me about it. So, and so civilization just moved on. It was just a note found somewhere or written down that persisted. One time there was a cave halfway up this mountain and the light was on. Well, where's the story going? If you look at your phone, it's as dark as a cave might be. Is the light on? The light's on over there, and the light's on over here. But you can't see it. Maybe you would just assume that the light is on, that I maybe can see the guitar, or if you're listening, But you're wondering why the screen's always not on. And it's because I just want you to hear what the light being on inside of a cave sounds like. It just sounds like this. Somebody's playing a guitar. So this is also what patience sounds like. Looks like a lot of poems for several years. Learning the guitar a little bit. So, do you suppose that the light is still on in the cave in the mountain? Yeah, it's still on. Yeah, it's still on. So, I don't know, that's the end of the story. Not much happened in this story, besides just listening to a story about the light being on in a cave for a very long time. Eons later, which is today. It's an eon. An eon is probably 5,135 days. That's an eon to a brûlée. So maybe next time you're imagining having to do something impossible, or thinking that the next thing to do is equivalent to climbing a mountain, I would say that every mountain halfway up has a cave and the lights on. Is there anybody inside? No, there's not. But the light is on. Crazy as it sounds. Every mountain I've encountered to have to climb the light, I could see the light on inside. even if the door was closed. I knew the light was on. And maybe the cave is the heart. How about that? I'll just change the direction of the story. Put some purpose in there. So, something's on your heart weighing as much as a mountain. The cave is halfway up there. It's like we have. And it's a heart. And the light is on. The mountain is some difficult thing you have to encounter. It's good. It's everything difficult that you have to do requires heart. And everything that you do that you use your heart by, I guess. You could be just a single lonely heart walking around, right? What good is that? Well, you have mirrors, right? I know I'm just adding things out of the blue here. But you will always encounter someone that has a heart searching for the same thing. Maybe they haven't seen that the light is on, but they know that there's a mountain right there. Every mountain, even if you can't see it, has a cave with the light on inside. So that should give everyone some hope that's listening. Not sure everybody that eventually comes back after the fact and watches these things, but I would. Someone was doing this, I'd go visit later on when I had an hour to spare. So, I love you, Ada. 2026. Just be observant. Keep the light on. Dad loves you. Thank you.